Some horror movies feature monsters you can run from, but these films present something far more terrifying: cursed objects that bring supernatural doom to anyone who touches them. These aren't just movie props. Many are based on real cursed items that have terrorized people for decades, inspiring filmmakers to bring their dark histories to the screen. What makes cursed objects so frightening is how they turn ordinary items into supernatural weapons. A simple doll, a music box, or even a necklace becomes a conduit for ancient evil that destroys lives, breaks apart families, and spreads supernatural terror to anyone unfortunate enough to encounter them. But here's what'll keep you watching. Several of these movie objects are based on real cursed items that continue to affect people today. The true stories behind these supernatural artifacts are often more terrifying than their fictional counterparts, proving that sometimes the most effective horror comes from reality itself. Before we explore these cursed objects and their real-world origins, if you're ready to discover the supernatural artifacts that have terrorized both fiction and reality, please hit that subscribe button to support the channel. It really helps us continue investigating the dark intersection between real supernatural phenomena and horror cinema. Object 1. Annabelle Doll, Annabelle Conjuring Universe, the real possessed doll. The Annabelle doll from the Conjuring Universe is based on a real Raggedy Ann doll that terrorized college students Donna and Angie in the 1970s. The real doll was given to Donna by her mother and soon began exhibiting supernatural behavior, including moving on its own and leaving handwritten notes. How it became cursed. According to Ed and Lorraine Warren's investigation, the doll became a conduit for a demonic entity after the students attempted to communicate with what they believed was the spirit of a deceased girl named Annabelle Higgins. The demon used this deception to gain access to their lives. Real-life effects. The real Annabelle doll reportedly attacked people, moved independently, and caused supernatural phenomena in the students' apartment. After the Warrens' intervention, the doll was placed in their occult museum, where it continues to be contained in a blessed glass case. The curse's impact. People who have mocked or challenged the real Annabelle doll have reportedly experienced accidents, injuries, and supernatural attacks. The Warrens documented multiple cases of people being harmed after disrespecting the doll, making it one of the most dangerous items in their collection. Object 2. The Cursed Videotape, The Ring. The viral death curse. The Cursed Videotape from The Ring was inspired by the Japanese urban legend of cursed media that kills viewers. While not based on a specific real object, the concept draws from Japanese folklore about cursed images and the belief that supernatural entities can inhabit recorded media. How it became cursed. In the movie, the tape was created by Samara Morgan's psychic powers after her traumatic death. Her rage and supernatural abilities imprinted themselves onto the recording, creating a supernatural virus that spreads through viewing. Fictional effects. Anyone who watches the tape receives a phone call saying, 7 days, and dies exactly 1 week later unless they copy the tape and show it to someone else, transferring the curse to a new victim. Cultural impact. The Ring created real-world paranoia about cursed media, with people reporting anxiety about watching unmarked videotapes. The film tapped into modern fears about viral content and the idea that information itself could be dangerous. Object 3. The Dybbuk Box, The Possession, the real haunted wine cabinet. The Dybbuk Box is based on an authentic wine cabinet that was sold on eBay and reportedly brought supernatural terror to everyone who owned it. The real box was purchased at an estate sale and has a documented history of causing nightmares, health problems, and paranormal activity. How it became cursed. According to the original owner's granddaughter, the box belonged to a Holocaust survivor who used it to contain a Dybbuk, a malevolent spirit from Jewish folklore. The spirit was supposedly trapped inside the box through Kabbalistic rituals. Real-life effects. Multiple owners of the real Dybbuk Box reported identical supernatural experiences, including strange odors, nightmares about an old hag, health problems, and the box opening on its own. Each owner eventually sold or gave away the box due to the supernatural terror it caused. The curse's impact. The real box gained international attention when its story was featured in newspapers and television shows. Zach Bagans eventually purchased it for his haunted museum, where it's displayed as one of the most dangerous cursed objects in existence. Object 4. The Music Box, Dead Silence. The Ventriloquist's Curse. The music box in Dead Silence is connected to the vengeful spirit of Mary Shaw, a ventriloquist who was murdered by the townspeople of Raven's Fair. While the specific music box is fictional, it's inspired by real beliefs about objects retaining the spiritual energy of their owners. How it became cursed. Mary Shaw's spirit attached itself to her ventriloquist dummies and related objects after her violent death. The music box serves as a trigger that summons her spirit to kill anyone who screams in her presence. Fictional effects. When the music box plays Mary Shaw's song, it summons her ghost to appear and kill anyone who makes a sound. The curse has terrorized the town for decades, with entire families being murdered for breaking the silence rule. Real-world inspiration. The concept draws from real cases of haunted music boxes and the belief that traumatic deaths can imprint spiritual energy onto personal belongings, causing them to become supernatural conduits. Object 5. The Jack-in-the-Box, Annabelle Comes Home, the Demon Toy. The Jack-in-the-Box from Annabelle Comes Home is part of the Warrens' artifact collection and contains a demonic entity that's released when the toy is opened. While this specific item is fictional, it's based on the Warrens' real collection of cursed toys and objects. How it became cursed. According to the movie's mythology, the toy became cursed when it was used in occult rituals that bound a demonic entity to the object. The demon remains trapped inside until someone opens the box, releasing it to cause supernatural havoc. Fictional effects. When opened, the Jack-in-the-Box releases a demonic entity that can possess people, manipulate objects, and cause supernatural attacks. The demon seeks to escape its containment and spread its influence to other objects and people. Real-world connection. The Warrens' actual occult museum contains numerous cursed toys and children's objects that were reportedly used in occult practices or became haunted through traumatic events involving children. Object 6. La Llorona's Necklace, the Curse of La Llorona. The Weeping Woman's Bond. La Llorona's necklace serves as a supernatural connection between the vengeful spirit and her victims. While the specific necklace is fictional, it's based on the absolute Mexican legend of La Llorona, and the belief that spirits can attach themselves to personal objects. How it became cursed. The necklace belonged to La Llorona when she was alive, and became cursed when she drowned her children and then herself. The object retains her spiritual energy and serves as an anchor that allows her to manifest in the physical world. Fictional effects. The necklace allows La Llorona to track and terrorize families with children, using the object as a supernatural GPS to locate her victims. Anyone who comes into contact with the necklace becomes marked for her attention. Cultural significance. The La Llorona legend is deeply rooted in Mexican folklore, representing genuine cultural fears about child safety and maternal guilt. Many people in Latin American communities believe the spirit is real and continues to haunt waterways. Object 7. The Demon Totem, The Conjuring 3. The Occultist's Weapon. The Demon Totem from The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, is a cursed object used by an occultist to control and direct demonic entities. While fictional, it's based on real occult practices and the belief that physical objects can be used to channel supernatural forces. How it became cursed. The totem was created through occult rituals that bound demonic entities to the object, allowing the occultist to use it as a supernatural weapon to curse and control victims from a distance. Fictional effects. The totem allows its user to transfer demonic possessions between victims, create supernatural curses, and manipulate events to cause maximum suffering and chaos. It serves as a conduit for demonic power that can affect multiple people simultaneously. Real-world inspiration. The concept is based on real occult practices involving cursed objects, ritual implements, and the belief that demons can be bound to physical items and controlled by knowledgeable practitioners. Object 8. The Ouija Board, Ouija, the spirit communication device. The Ouija board has a long history as both a commercial product and a tool for supernatural communication. While marketed as a game, many people believe Ouija boards can actually contact spirits and open doorways for supernatural entities to enter our world. How it became cursed. Ouija boards become dangerous when used to contact spirits without proper protection or knowledge. The boards can attract malevolent entities that masquerade as benevolent spirits, actually seeking to possess or harm users. Real-life effects. Thousands of people have reported supernatural experiences after using Ouija boards, including poltergeist activity, possession symptoms, and ongoing supernatural harassment. Many paranormal investigators consider them genuinely dangerous. The curse's impact. Real families have reported their lives being destroyed after using Ouija boards, with supernatural activity continuing long after the sessions ended. The boards are believed to create permanent openings between dimensions that malevolent spirits can exploit. Cultural phenomenon. Despite being sold as toys, Ouija boards are taken seriously by many religious groups and paranormal researchers, who warn against their use due to the potential for genuine supernatural contact and the dangers that entail. And there you have it. 8 cursed objects from horror movies, many of which are based on real supernatural artifacts that continue to affect people today. From the real Annabelle Doll locked in the Warrens Museum to the genuine Dybbuk Box in Zach Bagans' collection, these objects prove that sometimes the most terrifying horror comes from reality itself. What makes these cursed objects so frightening is how they transform ordinary items into supernatural weapons that can destroy lives and spread terror to anyone who encounters them. The fact that several are based on authentic objects with documented histories of supernatural activity makes them even more disturbing. These cursed objects serve as reminders that the supernatural world may be more active and dangerous than most people realize. Whether through occult practices, traumatic deaths, or spiritual attachments, ordinary objects can become conduits for forces that defy explanation and threaten anyone who comes into contact with them. The lasting impact of these supernatural artifacts lies in how they've influenced both horror cinema and real-world beliefs about cursed objects. They've created a new category of horror that focuses on the danger of seemingly innocent items that harbor ancient evil. Which of these cursed objects would you be most afraid to encounter? Do you believe that ordinary objects can actually become supernatural weapons? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more explorations of the terrifying intersection between real supernatural phenomena and horror movies. Remember, sometimes the most dangerous monsters are the ones hiding in plain sight as everyday objects.